So let's start करते हैं. Last time we have done our static routing. Any doubts with the static routing? Have you done the assignments which I have given you? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Srikanth. So Raj is also there. He has joined. Raj is there. Fine. So let's start. So we are going to discuss the dynamic routing protocols. Great, Srikanth. I've heard. So I have made the list of the people who are continuously doing the lab. So today I will also will follow the same practice throughout our session now. Now, dynamic routing protocols. I told you the routing protocols are of two types, right? One is the static, which you define that you go via this path. Let's say I am sitting in a room. I have two gates. I have gate number 1. I have gate number 2. The gate number 1 was having 1 gigabit bandwidth. The gate number 2 was having 10 gigabit bandwidth. Definitely, I would like to go from 10 gigabit. Definitely, yes. But what if there is a lot of congestion on this path? Then I will instruct my person to go via gate number 1. But if I'm defining it statically to go via 1, this this guy will close his eyes and it will start following the static. So static is the most preferable one. Most preferable. It is most preferable. And who decides the AD value? What is AD value? The AD value is the trustworthiness of the router. It is the trustworthiness of router to select and install the best routing protocol. Right? Any doubts? So thumb rule, least AD value protocol is selected. Least AD value protocol is selected. So static route AD value is 1. Default route, I told you that it is also like as a static route, but if I'm going to have a single gateway to reach all the destination, that means if I have to go out, I don't have any option apart from this gate. So I can put a default route. The AD value is 1. Fine. I hope that everyone is good till here. The gateway is the immediate next hop. Yes, doubts?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, very good. Now dynamic routing protocols. Dynamic routing protocols are the protocols which is designed on a particular metric because they are protocol. So it obeys a certain metric. Let's say I have designed a protocol who obeys, okay, let's say best the bandwidth, the best is the path. Okay, the least delay is there on the path, I'll follow the same path. Right? So depending upon how much reliable a path is, how much less noise is there on the path is. So this is based on to the dynamic behavior of the protocol. So now I am sitting in a room and I'm leaving my work on somebody else. This is path number 1, this is path number 2, this is 1 gigabit, this is 10 gigabit. And I'm leaving the work on this dynamic routing protocol here to decide what is the best path for me to go out. Definitely based on the bandwidth, he is going to forward me out via this path number 2. He will never entertain this path number 1. Why? Because his behavior is dynamic and he will select the best bandwidth. Irrespective of the congestion, he'll keep on continuously sending the traffic via here. But if I have a static to go via this and I have a dynamic to go via this, which is the preferable one? Static. He will never follow this dynamic routing protocol. Fine. Why? Because the AD value of the dynamic routing protocol is higher than the static. So, okay, one question. Which is most trusted? The work which you do by your own hand, or the work which is being done by others? Or you are relying on somebody other to do the work for you? Which is most trustworthy?
By our own.
Personal.
By your own. So static is by your own. You have told, the router has told, oh, you go by this. So by your own. I'm telling some another people to decide from where I have to go. So less trustworthy. He will not follow. He will always follow what you are telling him to go. Got it? So dynamic routing protocol are of three types. Two types basically broadly. One is IGP, another is EGP. IGP is interior gateway protocol. This is exterior gateway protocol. Interior gateway protocol is a protocol which is within the same organization, which is defined within the same family or same organization. Technically, if I'll say it as a same autonomous system number, AS number, same AS number, right? Same. So thumb rule to this internal IGP protocol is, let's say we 10%, let's say me, Srikant, Raj, we are belonging to the same organization. Here it is me, here it is Srikant, here it is Raj. And we have to, here it is Delhi location, here it is Bangalore location, here it is Pune location. So what is, like, we all belong to, let's say, Coforge Technologies. Now, what will happen? What should I configure, right? What kind of the protocol, routing protocol should I configure? That is IGP. What is the benefit of, I mean, what is the behavior when I configure IGP? Is irrespective of, no matter what, if I am an IGP protocol, I have to share whatever I know. You have to share whatever you know. You have to share, so we have to share everything with each other. Why? Because we are same family. Whatever I know, my brother should know, my sister should know, my mother should know, my brother should know. Fine. Different AS. It's like neighbors, different organization. Let's say again, me is there, Raj belongs to a different organization, I belong to some another organization, but we are neighbors. But I will not tell whatever I know, and he will not tell whatever he knows. It's like my neighbor. If I want to tell anything about to my neighbor about myself, then only it will go. If my neighbor wants to share anything, then only it will go. So there is no thumb rule that whole routing table routes has to be exchanged with each other. Got it? So AS is autonomous system number. So when you talk about interior gateway protocols, three types of the protocols we have: distance vector, hybrid, and link state. Right? When you have distance vector, it purely depends upon the distance. That means a metric is purely distance. That means on what standard it is following to calculate the best path to the destination, which is always distance, or technically known as hop count. Its metric is purely bandwidth. Best the bandwidth, best is the path. It is a combination of both, combo. But it has lot of other factors like bandwidth and delay, right? You will commonly hear the term in distance vector protocol as RIP, routing information protocol. Link state OSPF and ISIS, open shortest path first, intermediate system to intermediate system. This is EIGRP, enhanced interior gateway routing protocol. Fine, everyone, doubts? You can take a screenshot, it's important. So let's talk about our first dynamic routing protocol, RIP. Routing information protocol. Metric is the standard on which it decides the best path to the destination, and it is purely hop count. What are the features of RIP? So feature is, by default it works on version 1. Second, it works on hop count. Second, it supports classful networks. It doesn't support classless. No authentication. That means you cannot configure the authentication passwords here. And the most unwanted thing which happens here is broadcast. That means every router after every 30 seconds broadcasts its entire routing table or the entire routing database to its another router. So assume an example. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Let's say I have this path. So I have to reach from network 1 to network 2. This is path A, which is 10 gig, and this is path B, which was 40 gig. Which path, and this is being configured with RIP version 1. Which path is being adapted by the router R1 to reach router R5? Tell me.
B, man.
Anji, path number 1 or 2?
Path B, man.
Path B is preferred. Fine. Who's saying? Fine. Bolo. कौन बोल रहा है ये? Who's this who said path B? Fine. Please participate. I'm good. Who said?
Srikanth.
Srikanth says path B. Any other? Any other one? Fine. Good, Srikanth. और बोलो.
Path A, man.
Path A. Who said this?
Rajkumar.
Very good, Rajkumar. Who agrees with Rajkumar and who agrees with Srikanth? Raise your hand for Srikanth. Raise your hand for Srikanth. No one is saying Srikanth. Kalyan. Very good. Who else? Raise your hands for Rajkumar. Raise your hands for Raj. Okay, fine. Okay. Who else? Very good. Very good. Very good. And the rest of the people, they don't have any thought process, right? Path A, Raj is correct. Right? Rajkumar is correct. Why Srikant and Kalyan? Listen, understand it carefully. Here he, to reach from path 1 to path 2, what is the hop count? 1, 2, 3, 3 hops. And to reach via path 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hops. Irrespective of the bandwidth, it says that, oh, 3 is the minimum hop count. So that means for me, the best path is this. That's why it is hop count. No bandwidth. You have given your answer based on the bandwidth. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, very good, very good. Now the batch is very responsive. I like it. Now understand the very basic phenomena of the dynamic routing protocols. What happens when the two routers who are connected point to point are configured with dynamic routing protocols? What happens? Let's say this is being configured with RIP and you have also done the configuration. I say, hello, I am RIP version 1. It says, hello, I am also RIP version 1. Protocol will start advertising the hello messages as soon as you configure the routers with the dynamic routing protocols. It says, I have a subnet here which is 2.1 and this is 2.2. So 2.0/24. It says, I also have the same subnet. Now, since it is version 1, so there is no password. Otherwise, it would have sent the password. Based on all these parameters, they agree that we both are neighbors. Why? Because all the parameters match. We both belong to the same organization. Now, what I told you, if they will form the neighborship in IGP, if they are neighbors, they have to share whatever they know with each other. So it says, here is my routing database. Here is the entry, whatever I am learning, whatever is connected to me, my WAN, my LAN, and whatever I'm receiving from somewhere else. And it says, here is my complete entry. Fine, they have exchanged. But based on the best path, they will start routing the traffic to each other. Now, what was the best path? Based on the hop counts. They will share the information, fine. But what is the best path? If I have the multiple paths to reach you, then I will see, okay, what is the best path to reach you? I have that option. I have that capability to do on my own. And the beauty is that in case the best path goes down, it always have the backup path dynamically. Static route, you have to configure the backup path. By default, nothing happens in the static route. But dynamic routing protocol, once the best path is down, you always have the available backup paths. Isn't it great? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, what was the thing which happens here is after forming the neighborship in RIP, after every 30 seconds, whether there is any change in the state or whether my primary path is not even went down, it sends its whole routing table after every 30 seconds. It also sends. So all the routers who are a part of RIP, they will broadcast every 30 seconds the routing table to each other. As a result of which there was a routing loop. What is a routing loop? That means everything will circulate like this, a loop kind of a thing, which should not happen because otherwise the efficiency of the network will get very slow, right? So this was not recommended. So to stop or to avoid the routing loops, what happened? We have restricted the maximum hop count to 15 and 16th router is considered unreachable. So that's why RIP was used for the smaller networks. If I have a router like this, I will never want that this keeps on communicating, broadcasting a particular packet. So somewhere it has to be dropped. So to drop that packet, the hop count, whenever the packet reaches the hop count to 15, 16th hop count is packet drop, unreachable. So it was always used for the smaller network. So that means I can connect only 15 routers maximum, not more than that. Now let's get into the advancements. Now, because of this broadcast, it was a lot of broadcasting and then no authentication was there. So to overcome the challenges, RIP has introduced the version 1. Version 2. Metric is same, still the hop count. Features have a lot of enhancements. Like I have I have a multicast support. And the multicast address is 224.0.0.9. I have authentication supported, which is there, which is of two types. Plain text, that means you can define the password as ABCD or whatever, and MD5. MD5 is the encrypted password. Message digest. Message digest. So encrypted password, right? Then you have the support for classless. So there is a lot of things, but the maximum hop count is still restricted to 15. There is one more feature which has been added here is auto summarization. This I will tell you tomorrow, but yes, you can write down. I will explain, like not tomorrow, my next session, when I will get into EIGR. Right, so let's get into the configuration. Laptop. The same lab we are going to configure with RIP. R1, R3. H, C, H, C. Any doubts with RIP? So we are going to implement it. So one IP here is 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.2. IP schema. Any problem? Any doubts with IP schema? Come back immediately. IP schema. Any doubts? All good?
Yes, ma'am.
So we will configure RIP. Right? This is our RIP lab. The AD value of RIP is 120. AD value of RIP is 120. right? So, and static value AD is 1. So, which router will prefer which one? Static or rep? किसको prefer करेगा? If I have configured this static or tell me, if I have configured the static routing and if I have configured the RIP, the router will prefer which route? Least AD value, if you remember.
Static.
Yeah, static, good. So, my router will prefer the static route. Fine. So we are going to make this diagram. So once you have made this diagram, you have the topology with you right now or what? Tell me. You have the topology with you or you have to design it?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the topology. And what you have configured? The static route? In that topology, what you have configured? The static route?
Static route.
Very good.
Static.
So, static route. Very good. So you have configured the static route. So you have to remove the static route by repeating the same configuration with the no IP route. And how you can check that what static route has been configured? So you can do show run. So right now I have removed my static routes, but if you have the static routes, it will show you and you can copy and paste that in your configuration command. You can get into the configuration mode and you say no IP route and whatever you have configured with a no command. The same command line with a no. Once you will do all these things, you have configured the static route, you might have configured the default route. You have to remove. Why? Because the AD value of static and the default is 1. So you have to remove them by saying no, the repeating the same configuration mode and no. Copy and paste whatever is there on the show run, right? Once you do it, you come show IP route. It should show you only the connected networks. So remove the static route, guys. Remove the static routes and come back. Or will you do it? Should I go on with the RIP configuration? Update me. If you will be able to do it, I am going to showcase you the RIP configuration. Everyone. You can remove the static routes on your own by saying the no command and repeat the same command line. Or should I show you how to remove? Tell me.
Show once, ma'am.
Show once. Very good. So the same topology you are going to have, and you have configured the static and the default route. Right. So how you can check? Enable Cisco show IP route. This is the entry what you have right now with your routing table or not? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So how will I remove it? Show run. I want to remove it. So I can see. Okay, I can see this, right? So what I'll do, I'll press Control plus Z key to break out, cut out here. I'll get into the configuration mode. I'll say no. And what I'll do, I'll select the first command. Copy. I'll put the marker here. Paste. Then again, I'll say no. Copy. Paste. or I can do up arrow key to write down the same command. The only thing what I have to do here is 5.0. I have to remove. So 3 entries has been removed. No. And default root. Copy. Paste. Fine. Clear? समझ आया? Do you get it? Come back. So do it on all the routers now. Fine. Yes. Doubts? I have removed only the roots in R1 and I have left on you to remove the roots in R2. So here we go. We are going to remove the roots in R2 the same way. I'll get to the CLI mode. Enable Cisco show run. Let me see what all roots I have here. Oh, I can see 2 roots. I will break it here. Control plus Z key. Configuration mode. No. And then what I'll do, I'll select copy, paste. copy paste. Fine. समझ आ रहा है? Are you understanding?
Man, how to remove default man?
What?
Default root address.
So here it was site 2. It doesn't have the default root address. Default rooted address is only in site 1 and site 3. So whatever I have, I can see it in show run. See. Here I have, if I don't have a default root address, then it will not show me in my running configuration. Whatever I have to delete it. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So I will remove it like this. Up arrow key I will do. It will repeat the same command. I will replace it with the 2. Up arrow key, I will replace it with 3. Or I can do copy and paste. Once you do it, you are clean with your routing. So you are only left with your connected network entries. Only with a connected network. Only with a connected network. Do you get it? How to remove the static routes?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I'll get into the configuration mode. Router, RIP, and I will advertise whatever I know. What I know, my LAN, my WAN. So I know my connected networks. So I will advertise my connected networks. Whatever is there in my routing table, I will advertise. Because this is what I'm going to tell it to others. And based on the RIP metric, it will select the best path to the destination. Whatever it knows, and 4.0. This I can also take it from here. The same thing I'm advertising here. Same site 3. I have 4 and 5. I'll get to the configuration mode. Router, RIP, network 192.168.4.0, network 192.168.5.0. That's it. I'll go to site 1, Control plus Z to come out, show IP route. So I can see I have 2 connected networks. I have R for RIP. I got to know about 3 via jumping 1 hop count via the gateway, and AD value is 120. I got to know about 4. 120 is my AD value and 1 is the hop count via this gateway. Here you have not told the gateway. You have not defined the gateway. It has by default diagnosed on its own. To reach 5.0, I can see 2 hop counts. 120 is my AD value and 2 is the hops which I have to jump via 2.2. Fine, everyone. Clear hai?
Ma'am.
Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with site 2. And similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with site 3. Fine. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So I am sending you the configuration for RIP, right? In the text file. I hope that's not a big deal for you, but still I'm sending. So I'm announcing it to the class. You can see it, what I'm doing. So here is the site 1 configuration, what you have to do. Similarly, site 2 and site 3 configuration, you will do it. Fine, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So though I can write down this is, oh, I'm going to announce it. And you know how to remove the this one. And you know how to remove the static routes. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. Still what I do. So I'm just opening a sample configuration how to do it, right? Like one dot zero. Fine. So let me save it so that I can announce it to you. So whosoever is done, like the last time, we will discuss the entire lab and we will ensure that everyone should come on to the same page. Fine. So this is RIP configuration version 1. Start now. Fine. ठीक है, everyone. Whenever anyone is done, he can share his screen and let me know. Just like the earlier what we have done, we will do this things in the same way, like our last lecture.
Ma'am, is it resolved, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Go to the site one, show run. Go to the site one router, double click it, Srikant. Enlarge it, show IP route, show IP route. Show IP route. You may show IP route. Show IP route. Srikant, please write show IP route.
Ma'am, I have right, ma'am. Show screen share. Yeah. Again, hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. Show me. Show IP route. Site one router. Whose screen is this? Whose screen is this? Enlarge it.
Srikant, ma'am. Srikant.
It is Srikant. Srikant. Oh, fine. And okay, fine. Site two. Site two. Show IP route. Site two. Show me site two. R2 and then R3.
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Site two is fine. Site three का output दिखाओ. Show me site three output, Srikant.
Ma'am, okay, ma'am.
Site three.
Yes, ma'am. Side 3, ma'am.
Fine. Site
Ma'am,
three is
side 3, ma'am.
ठीक है, done. So Srikant, please take over. Everyone is over to Srikant. Srikant's output is correct. You can get into the PC0. You can ping PC1 and PC2. You can take the remote login from PC0 for site 2 and site 3. Cross check it, and Srikant, over to you. Everyone, please share the screen. Share your screen just like we did the last time to Raj. And please get it checked. Once Srikant is going to approve that everything is working fine, I'm going to mark it in my notebook. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. पुढे Murali Krishna. Hello.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, share
sharing
yours.
the. Okay. Is it visible? Hello.
Yes, bro, it is visible.
For the site one. Site one, this is the IP route. To turn off.
Okay, side 2. Okay, bro. Okay, bro.
The site 3.
Ping anyone.
Okay.
Bro, okay. Ping. Bro, ping to another computer.
Okay.
Okay, bro, you can stop share. Mohan Satish. You can share. Hello, Mohan Satish. You can share your screen.
Bro, is my screen visible?
No.
Okay, wait.
चल रहा है.
నా మైక్ ఆన్ లోనే ఉందిరా.
మైక్ ఆఫ్ చేయి.
అయ్యో. Is my screen visible, bro? Okay. Shorter 0.
Yes, bro, it is.
Sure.
Okay, second side. Okay, Mohan, ping anyone, any computer. Okay, Mohan, it's fine. You can down your hand.
Please make a checklist of the people who all are done. Srikant, please. And then you can hand it over to me, the checklist of the people.
Okay, ma'am. Murali Krishna, you can down your hand. Raghu, now you can share yours.
Is it visible, Srikant?
Yes, Raghu,
Hello?
it is visible. Yes, Raghu, it is visible.
Okay. Site 1.
Okay. Show side 3.
Site 3. It's already.
Okay, Tagore, ping anyone come.
First come back.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it is okay. Is anyone done? You can share your screen. Okay, sir, yeah, you can share your screen.
Is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, it's show side 1. Confirmation.
It is already done.
Side 2.
Site 2. Is it visible?
Ah, yes, it is visible. Okay, ping any first computer to last computer. Ping first computer to last computer. Okay, stop.
Okay.
Is anyone done? Can please share your screen. Guys, if anyone have done, please share your screen or update me. Pawan Kalyan, please share your screen.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Pawan Kalyan.
Okay. Okay.
Share your screen.
Okay. Hello. Baba.
Yes, it is visible.
Next. Ping cheyala.
Open, show me second side. Side 2. Pawan Kalyan.
Hello.
Open router to configuration and show IP config.
Ajay, hello.
Hello, Pawan Kalyan. Show router 1 configuration. Show IP root out.
That only I'm showing.
It is updating slowly, sir.
Okay. Ping cheyana.
Okay, ping anyone computer.
Yes, the list, who all are done. Are you able to log in remotely from PC 0 to Site 2 or Site 3? Anyone can show me? Whose screen is this?
Pawan Kalyan, madam.
Fine, show me then. Pavan? Srikant? Who's going to show me that are you going to log in from your PC 0? Raj?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
under 6 members are screen.
What, Srikant?
6 members are done, ma'am.
Okay, fine. What I'm asking, I'm saying any one of you can share your screen, and requirement is PC 0 should be able to remotely log in into Site 2 and Site 3 router. Srikant, share your screen.
Okay, ma'am.
And give me the list of the people who all are done. So, okay, write down telnet here. Telnet. Telnet. Space 192.168. 192.168. 2.2. This is an IP of R2, right? Enter. Right. 1 2 3 4 5 is the remote login. Very good. Exit कर दो अब यहाँ से. Exit. Now telnet 4.2, telnet 192.168.4.2. The same way you should be able to get an access of site 3. That is R3. 4.2. Very good. Very good. This is Kolkata. Very good. Fine. So ठीक है. Fine. Good, good, good. So please give me the list of the people who all are done today.
I'm Murli Krishna.
Just wait, let me write it. Okay. Murli Krishna. Okay, fine.
Mohan Satish.
Mohan.
Mohan Satish, madam.
This is L Mohan.
Yes, ma'am. L Mohan Satish.
Good. Next.
Lanka Mohan.
Lanka Mohan. Right, fine. Then
Yes.
who else?
Tagore, madam. Tagore.
Tagore is done. Kalyan is done.
Yes, ma'am. Pavan Kalyan.
Pavan Kalyan is done. Okay. There
Yes,
is one
Ravya,
more.
madam.
There is one more Kalyan.
Yes, ma'am. Andavarapu Pavan Kalyan has done.
Okay. Both the Kalyans has done.
No, no. Andavarapu Pavan Kalyan. One.
Only. Okay. Hari Prasad.
No, ma'am. Shravya, ma'am. Shravya.
Rajkumar.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, ready to share my.
Okay, Raj is done now. Fine. Take care, Raj. Navya. Navya is done.
No, ma'am.
So, okay, tell me the other name as well.
One is 6, ma'am.
Which one?
One
Can you
is 6
please?
only, ma'am.
Only 6 people has been done. Oh, okay, okay, okay. ठीक है. So please try it out with the other ones and then. So Raj, you can
Okay.
share the screen. Yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
please take over, take over.
Rajkumar, now you can share this.
Is that visible?
Yes, bro, it is visible.
Is that okay, Shrikant?
Yes, okay, bro. Show me site. Internet.
Is that okay for site 2?
Yeah, okay. Ping anyone computer.
Is that okay, Shrikant?
Okay. Also do remote login. Tagore, telnet to in the IP. Sorry, router. In the router. Like 5.4.2 like that. Telnet.
Okay.
192.168.4.2. Okay, exit. Next.
Is that okay, Tagore? Shrikant.
Yes, it is okay. Now
Done.
you can stop yourself.
Fine. So Srikant, Rajkumar is also done. Fine. So I can see Rajkumar is done. Srikant, Pavan Kalyan, Murli Krishna, Tagore, L Mohan, and that's all. Right?
Ma'am, can I
Ma'am,
share?
Navya shared
Ma'am,
his.
Navya is also done.
Mama,
Yes, Nestila.
ma'am, I also shared, madam.
Nestila, are you also shared? Okay.
Yes, madam, Shravya.
So you can share your screen with Srikant, but please everyone focus like what is the assignment for today, right? And then Srikant can let me know. So this is the assignment. What you are going to do here is you are going to configure RIP version 2. How you have to configure the same thing. First of all, you are going to design this network. You don't have to add WIC 1T or 2T card. Directly take the automatic connection, and these can be directly connected with a fast Ethernet port. So these are all WAN connectivities. Right now, I am not connecting any switch or PC. No, I'm not doing that. Right. So you just have to focus on this part, the WAN connectivity. The moment I'm giving you this network, that means the IP you will be assigning here will be 12.12.12.1. The IP you will be assigning here will be 12.12.12.2/24. Is it good with everyone? This will be dot one, this will be dot two, this will be dot one, this will be dot two, this will be dot one, this will be dot two. Fine. All good?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I asked you to revise your subnetting, right? So next class, I'm going to take out the facts from the subnetting. Why? Because we are going to get into the design of the classless network. So I'm going to make it one step difficult, right? So please revise your subnetting. Next class will be your EIGRP routing protocol along with the design. That is the subnetting part. So I'll check your subnetting part first, right? Then you will implement configure RIP version 2. So what are the connected networks with R1? 12.12.12.0 and 14.14.14.0. Let's say in R1, you configure all the basic IP configurations in all the routers. After this, what you will do, since these are classless networks, you can see if it was 12, it has to be /8, 14, it has to be /8 because it is a class A network, but it is not, it is /24. That means it is a classless network. So router rip, just you need to add version 2. That's all, version 2. And the same way you are going to configure network 12.12.12.0, network 14.14.14.0, and that's all. Similarly in R2, advertise 12.0 and 23.0, and just you have to add on one more command. Why? Because it is a classless network. Do you get it, everyone?
Ma'am.